The most famous thefts in history, legendary heists that shocked the world. Number 1. The Brink's Job, 1950. They called it the crime of the century. Present day, North Terminal Garage in Boston, site of the Great Brink's Robbery in 1950. In 1950, a group of robbers stole $2.7 million in cash from Brink's in Boston without receiving a single clue. On January 17th, 11 men dressed as workers entered the Brink's armory. They had copied the keys, studied the guards' routines, and planned the heist for 2 years. Once inside, the robbers tied up employees and emptied
the vault of $2.7 million in cash
and checks equivalent to over $30 million today. They wore gloves and masks, leaving no fingerprints or evidence behind. For 6 years, police had no leads. But one of the gang members, Joseph Specs O'Keefe, turned on his partners after they refused to pay his legal fees. His confession cracked the case, leading to arrests. But here's the twist. Most of the money was never found. Where did it go? Was it hidden or spent? Let me know your theories in the comments. Number 2. The Crown Jewels Heist. Attempt 1671, stealing the crown jewels. It sounds impossible, but in 1671, one man almost pulled it off. This is the wild story of Colonel Thomas Blood. Colonel Blood was an Irish adventurer known for his bold schemes. In 1671, he hatched a plan to steal the crown jewels from the Tower of London. His team disguised themselves as a clergyman and his servants. Blood charmed the keeper of the jewels, Edward Talbot, and convinced him to show them the treasures. But when Talbot opened the vault, Blood's team knocked him out, flattened the crown to fit under a cloak, and tried to escape. Guards quickly caught Blood in his galling before they could flee. Strangely, instead of executing him, King Charles II pardoned Blood. Some say the king admired his audacity or needed him for political reasons. Why did King Charles let him go? Was it a reward for loyalty or a bribe to keep quiet? The crown jewels remain secure today, but this heist attempt is still one of history's boldest. What's your take? Let me know below. Number 3. The Dresden Green Vault Heist 29. In 2019, one of the most secure museums in the world was robbed. In just a few minutes, thieves made off with treasures worth over $120 million. This is the story of the Dresden Green Vault Heist. The Dresden Green Vault, located in Germany, houses some of Europe's most valuable treasures, including 18th century jewels. But on November 25, 2019, a daring robbery shocked the world. At 5 a.m.,
thieves started a fire near the museum to cut power to the security systems. Then they smashed through a small window, broke display case, and stole diamond-encrusted brooches, swords, and other priceless jewels. The entire heist took only a minute. The robbery left investigators puzzled. The thieves evaded security and escaped in a car that was later found burned. In 2020, 5 suspects were arrested, and some pieces were recovered, but much of the treasure is still missing. Where are the missing jewels? Were they sold on the black market, or are they hidden away forever? The heist remains one of the boldest in modern history. Let me know your theories in the comments. Number 4. The Lufthansa Heist, 1978. It was one of the largest cash robberies in American history. $5 million in cash and $875,000 in jewelry stolen from JFK Airport. This is the story of the Lufthansa Heist. On December 11, 1978, a gang led by Jimmy Burke and involving Henry Hill targeted the Lufthansa vault to JFK. The money came from US military payments in Germany and was flown to New York every month at 3 a.m. The crew stormed the Lufthansa cargo building. They held employees at gunpoint, tied them up, and unloaded millions in cash and jewelry into a van. The heist was so fast and organized it felt flawless, but greed got in the way. Jimmy Burke began killing off members of the crew to silence them. The murders and an informant led to the defall of the J. While some were convicted, the money was never recovered. The Lufthansa heist inspired the iconic movie Goodfellas, but here's the question. What happened to all that cash? Hidden? Spent? Let's hear your theories in the comments. Number 5. The Mona Lisa theft, 1911. What if I told you that the world's most famous painting, the Mona Lisa, was once stolen? Missing for 2 years. This is the unbelievable story of the 1911 Mona Lisa theft. On the morning of August 21, 1911, visitors to the Louvre in Paris were shocked. The Mona Lisa was missing. At first, museum staff thought it was being photographed for maintenance, but they were wrong. The thefter was Vincenzo Peruggia, an Italian handyman who hid inside the museum overnight. He believed the painting belonged in Italy and should be returned. Wearing a white smocho to blend in, he simply walked out of the Louvre with the Mona Lisas under his coat. The case made headlines worldwide. Pablo Picasso was even questioned by police, but no lead surfaced for 2 years. The Mona Lisa vanished until Peruggia tried to sell it to an art dealer in Florence, Italy. The painting was returned to the Louvre in 1913, and its theft only made it more famous. But here's the question: was Vincenzo a patriot or just a clever thief? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Number 6. The Great Maple Syrup Heist 2012. Who would have thought maple syrup could be worth millions? In 2012, thieves in Canada stole $18 million worth of liquid gold in what's now called the Great Maple Syrup Heist. Quebec produces over 70% of the world's maple syrup, and to keep prices stable, the syrup is stored in a massive warehouse run by the Federation of Quebec Maple Syrup Producers. But in 2012, some barrels weren't what they seemed. Over a year, a group of thieves rented storage space near the warehouse. They smuggled barrels out, drained the syrup, and refilled them with water. They sold the stolen syrup on the black market, making millions. The theft was discovered during an audit when inspectors found barrels full of water. After a lengthy investigation, police arrested 17 people, and several were convicted. But not all the syrup was recovered. So, the next time you drizzle syrup on your pancakes, remember someone risked it all for that sweet, sticky gold. Would you have thought syrup could spark a heist? Let me know your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this story, there's a lot more waiting for you. At Loca Nation, we dive deep into the world's most daring heists, mysterious events, and untold secrets. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and be part of the journey. Loca Nation, where the stories begin and never really end.